Okay, so welcome back to lecture once again, guys. Now in this lecture I'll be talking about a transaction. So again, one of the very important topic for all of us, for anyone who would like to work into a SQL, and not just in SQL I would say, but yeah, so anyone who is going to use a database. So obviously for them it's a very important one. So if you're trying to build some application, obviously you have to take care of all of these things, which I'm going to discuss in my today's lecture. So let me share my screen and let's start talking about transactions. Now to do that, I have to create a database. Let's suppose I'm going to create a database, create a database, tra. Okay. So this is the database I'm going to create and then use tra. Fine. So this is a transaction database I'm going to create, and now inside that, so I'm going to insert a couple of table. Yeah. So one table is a account table, one table is a user table, one table is a order table, one table is a inventory table, and another table is a wallet table I'm going to insert. Now these tables are basically not connected to each other, so there is no modal you will be able to find out, or data modeling you will be able to find out in between. Okay, so just execute it. All these tables are basically a independent table. Yeah. And now, so let's try to insert couple of data. Let's not talk about that because it's a very easy one, right? So we all are able to understand. So here I'm able to insert the data inside my account table, user table, inventory table, and a wallet table. Yeah, some sort of a data I'm able to insert. Now I'm going to use it, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to use it. But before using this, I have to do something more. So what is that something more? So basically we have to check one thing, that select auto commit. So whether these things are on or off. So here, if you are going to execute this select auto commit, it is showing you 0. It simply means that that auto commit is off. If it is not off, right? If it is not off, so in that situation, so you have to execute set auto commit is equals to 0. The reason is very simple. So I'm going to show you our transactions, right? Transactions means so whatever operation that we are going to do, it should basically like accept it or it should not accept it across the instances. That is something which I'm going to discuss. So here auto commit plays a very important role. So if your auto commit is 1, so in that case it is going to consider like every execution as a final execution, and it will be replicated across all the sessions, but I don't want that. So that's the reason. So you have to keep auto commit is equals to off. Mine is already 0. It simply means that my auto commit is off by the way. Okay. Another thing that you have to like do over here is that this is one of the session of a SQL which is running. So this entire SQL interface. So this is one of the session which you are running. So maybe you can try to run some other session as well. Yeah. So you can try to run a multiple session. And apart from this, what you can do is maybe you can try to access a SQL from a command prompt. That is also possible. So if you're using a Windows machine, right? If you're using a Windows machine, so what you can do is you can try to go to this directory, C drive, program file, MySQL server 8 and bin. So in that, inside this directory, you have installed basically a MySQL. So just try to do a CD. Now, once you are here, right? Once you are here, so you can try to start a MySQL, by the way. So you can try to write a command called as MySQL and then -user. User is equals to root and then p is equals to password. Now, once you are going to hit enter, it is going to ask you for the password, and just try to enter a correct password. If everything is fine, so in that case, it is going to give you this MySQL window basically, right? System CLS, so that I can clean the entire things. So yeah, you will be able to see basically MySQL. So this is the another instance which you can try to open up. The reason is very simple. So we will try to do a cross verification. So whatever we are going to learn, so we'll try to recheck that whether it's happening or not, keeping that in a mind. So we need this another session. So now let's go back to this one, SQL workbench, and let's start doing some sort of a operation over here. Yeah, operation over here. So here what I will do, I'll try to insert some of the record inside my accounts table. So first of all, let me show you what is there inside the account table. Select start from ACCOUNTS accounts. Now here, okay. So we have two record inside the account table. One is a Rahul Sharma and balance for Rahul Sharma is 5,000 rupees, and one is a Priya Mehta. So here balance is basically 7,000 rupees. So these are the two record which is available inside my account table, right? And I'll be doing a lot of operations with respect to that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and let's try to do it. So here I'll try to insert record maybe inside the account table, and then we will try to check that whether it's updating across all the sessions or not. All the sessions are able to see same thing or not. So here I can try to like a call insert insert into and then accounts, and I have to do insertion for ID, then name, and then BALA balance. Yeah, balance values. So what are the values which I'm going to insert? So like 3 is a ID I'm going to give Sneha Gupta. So let's try to give that as one of the records. And then let's suppose balance is equals to 1,000 rupees. Okay, fine. So this is the record which I'm trying to insert. Let's try to execute it. Yeah, let's try to execute it. So table account does not, it's a accounts. Okay, so now it will work. Okay, so it is able to insert the record. That's completely fine. Now I'm going to go and check, select star from accounts. And if I'm going to do that, so yes, Sneha Gupta and then balance is equals to 1,000 rupees, which has been inserted. Yeah, which has been inserted over here. Now, so as my auto commit is equals to 0, auto commit set to 0. Now, what will happen? Let's try to understand that part as well. So here I can try to select a table. So use tra, and then select a star from accounts. Yeah. Now see, so here you are able to find out only 2 records, right? This is my another session, right? This is my another session. So here you are able to find out only 2 records. And if you will check here, so here we have 3 records. So we have like a newly inserted record which is available, which I can see in this particular session. But same thing I'm not able to see. Same thing I'm not able to see in my other session. So which is a complete separate session which I have opened up. It simply means that it has not done a final commit, means it has not updated a record finally, so that every instance will be able to access, or every connection will be able to access a same information. Now this is what happens. This is called as transaction, right? So basically what we are supposed to do so that these things will be replicated, or these things will be reflected everywhere. So here I can try to call a commit. There is a command called as commit. So if you are going to call commit, so whatever operation it has done so far, it is going to make it permanent. And from any session, if you are going to check, you will be able to find out the same result. So here commit if I am doing, and then if I am going to check select account, obviously it was showing and it will show over here, right? The matter of fact is that whether it is going to showcase here or not. So now even here it is available. So Sneha Gupta is now available, which was not available. So after doing a commit, so commit means make it available across all the session basically. Yeah, I'll make it available across all the session. So fine, we are able to do a commit over here. Same thing goes for update. So let's suppose if I'm doing a update accounts, basically set balance, balance is equals to what? So current balance minus 100 rupees is just deducted, where ID is equals to 3. So wherever ID is equals to 3 means Sneha Gupta. So just try to deduct 100 rupees. Okay. So I can try to execute it, and you will be able to see the changes here. You will be able to see the changes. So initially it was Sneha Gupta was having 1,000 rupees in her account, and now it's only 900 rupees. Now if I'll go and check from here, you will not be able to see any changes. Still Sneha Gupta is having 1,000 rupees. Means I have done the execution, but commit I have not done. If I'm not doing a commit, it simply means that I'm not able to basically update it across all the session. Only in a current session data set is updated. So COMMIT commit, and here. So now if I'll go and check from other session as well, it is going to reflect Sneha Gupta 900 rupees. Yeah. So after commit, so yes, I'm able to do that. Now, so there is a commit that we are able to understand. There is something called as a rollback. Rollback means, so whatever operation that you have done, just remove it. right? Roll back to the previous state or go to the previous state, basically. The one problem that you will be able to find out that if you have done already the commit, right? So then you will not be able to do a rollback. So that is not possible. You will not be able to perform the rollback. Yeah. So partial rollback is possible. So to do a partial rollback, so you have to create a checkpoints basically. So rollback checkpoints you have to create, and that is possible. But yeah, so full rollback is not possible in any circumstances. Okay, so let's do it. Let's try to understand. So let's suppose here I'm going to call exact same thing, right? Let's call the update, and maybe I can try to call update balance plus 700. Let's suppose 700 rupees. I'm going to add it, right? 700 rupees. I'm going to add it. Fine. Where ID is equals to 3. I'm going to execute it. That's completely fine. Executed. Now, if I'm going to check what is there inside the account table, so obviously it is going to show me the updated one. Yeah. So previously there was a 900 rupees in Sneha Gupta account, and now it became 1600 rupees because I have added 700 rupees more in that account. Yeah. Okay. Now, so from here I can see the changes. Now, same thing if I'll go here, I won't be able to see the changes. I still have a 900 rupees. Yeah. I still have a 900 rupees over here. Okay, that's cool. Now what we can do, so we have to roll it back, right? So whatever operation that I have done, so I have to just roll it back over here. So here to do a rollback, ROLLABACK, just like you were calling a commit. So in the similar manner, just try to call a rollback over here, execute it, and it is able to roll back. Now let's go and check. So now it became 900 rupees, even inside the same session. And in other sessions, so obviously it was showing me 900, it will show me even 900 now because there is no changes which has happened, right? So rollback means you can try to roll back to the previous state, as simple as that. Yeah, as simple as that, you can try to roll it back to the previous state. So whatever operation that you have done, it is going to technically nullify the operations, as simple as that. Yeah. Okay, now so here maybe we can try to do a couple of more thing, but yeah, looks great. Okay, so we have basically database and then table. So we have basically a users table. Inside users table we have a column name, ID, name, and email ID. Okay, so we have already created a users table. Now let's try to let me show you like a lock scenario. There is something called as lock scenario. So let me show you that part. Select star from users where where ID is equals to 1 for update. Now this is something called as lock scenario. So here we are trying to lock this record or lock this particular row for a update, as simple as that. Yeah, so this is called as locking situation. So if I'm going to execute it, fine. So let's start from this one for update and Rahul@India. And now let's try to update it. So update users, set email, excuse me, set email ID is equals to Rahul dot xyg @ India.com. Yeah. Where ID is equals to 1. Okay. So here I'm going to like click on update. Now if I'll go and check my user table, yeah. So select star from users. So yes, this Rahul Sharma, basically email ID has been updated over here as we can see, and same thing we can try to go and check from here that whether this email ID has been updated or not. So this one is not updated, right? So this one is still not updated because I have not done the commit so far. So if I'm going to do a commit, obviously it is going to allow me to update it. Uh, now, so if you will come this side, right? So select a star from a user, that's completely fine. Now, so when you are trying to do this, right? So suppose I'm trying to perform this one, and let's try to execute a same operation. Yeah, same operation even from here. I'm just trying to show you one scenario, guys, over here, nothing much. So let's try to call update, but in a different way. So on ID1 itself. So here I would like to, from this session, so I would like to update this as a email ID. Fine, email ID. Now, so as you can see, I'm trying to perform the update operation. Yeah, I'm trying to perform the update operation, and it's not executing itself. It is in a hung state, right? It is technically in a hung state. It is not able to execute it. And here, the reason is very simple, because I have logged it. Logged it means, so unless and until I'm not going to release this one, no one will be able to make any kind of a update. No one means literally no one will be able to make any kind of a update. Now this is called as lock situation. Yeah, so for update I'm trying to lock the situation. So that is that I was able to do it for based on this one, this particular one. Now here, if I'm going to do a commit, 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 yeah, so commit or rollback if I'm going to perform. So let's suppose I'm performing commit. Now query one, okay, one row affected. Now only this will be able to execute it, otherwise it is not going to execute it. So this is called as a lock scenario. And yes, we do lock a lot of things. For example, if one person is trying to purchase something, and I just have a couple of things inside my inventory, so I'm not going to allow other people to do the same thing, same transaction at a time, right? So maybe I can try to create a lock-in over there. Now that lock-in is happening just because of this one. So just because of this kind of a situation, so we are trying to perform the locking operation. It's very simple, right? Very simple. So this is one thing. Now the another thing which I would like to show you, that let's suppose I'm trying to update this record. Yeah, I'm trying to, let me copy this. So I'm going to use the same thing. So update user, set email ID. Let me set email ID as something random. Email ID starting with the number I have created, where ID is equals to 1. Okay, so I'm trying to perform the update operation. Now, so I can try to create a rollback, and I can try to create a checkpoint over here. Means I can try to give a name of the point, that okay fine, so whenever I'm going to call the rollback, just try to roll it back till this particular point. So here, if I'm going to do something like rollback ABC, so ABC is just a point I have given basically. So ABC is just a point I have given over here. Now, based on ABC, it will be able to understand that, okay, so I have to roll back to this point. So rollback to. So rollback to ABC. So this is just a pointer which I'm trying to create, guys. Nothing much. Yeah, just a pointer, just a reference I'm trying to create. Now update user, set email ID, this one. So let's try to execute this and then try to create a rollback pointer over here. Sorry, rollback to. So my bad. There is something called as save point. Save point X ABC. So save point ABC I'm going to create. My bad. Yeah. So save point I'm going to create. Now, so based on this save point, it will be able to understand that, okay, so whatever operation that I have done after commit and before this one, so that comes under this criteria. Yeah, that comes under the save point. So now let's go and check my user table. So obviously, if I'm going to check my user table, it should show me the current information, the updated one. So it is showing me this information, right? It is showing me this information. Now, if I'm going to call a rollback, yeah, I'm going to call a rollback to ABC. So whatever operation that I have done till this point, just try to roll it back. Now, if I'm going to show you my user table, so it should invert the entire things, by the way. So update user, and then select a user, and then roll back to ABC. Now again, if I'm going to see the user, it will change. It will change. Ideally, it should change. And maybe just call a commit after this. So now let me show you this one. Okay. So with save point, okay, save point it has created, as you can see over here, right? Save point is created. Now if I'm going to see the user, so this is the new email ID which is reflecting correctly. Now let's call a rollback, so it should be able to roll back to the save point, right? So wherever I have created like a save point with this, so here roll back to ABC, it has been called. And now I can call maybe a commit over here, and then I can try to show you the final users. So it is showing me there is some ambiguity. It will show me basically. One, two, three, four. Go till save point. Okay, maybe I'm executing multiple times and that's a major issue. So 4 and then this. Now click on update. Click on save point. So this is the save point. Now select a user. So yeah, the current one I'm able to see it 4SF SDFFD. This is the email ID. And then try to call rollback over here. Roll back to ABC. Now let's try to see the user. So do a commit and then try to call the user. For okay, so maybe this will work. This always works basically. So there is a save point I'm trying to create, and then I'm trying to roll it back to the save point. So this is going to work, but yeah, so maybe I'm doing some little mistake with respect to file execution. But yeah, that's completely fine. That's okay. So hope all of us are able to understand our transactions, guys. And now we know that what is the responsibility of the commit, what is the responsibility of the rollback, what it is going to do, how we can try to open up our multiple sessions in between, and then we can try to check. Even in MySQL Workbench, I have opened up a multiple instances. That's completely fine. So it's up to you how many session you would like to open. So whatever update that you are going to do in one session, so that should not be reflected in the other session. And to do that, you have to perform this operation: select auto commit, and it should be like a 0. It should not be 1. If it is 1, in that case, you can try to call this one: set auto commit is equal to 0. So it will not allow to do a auto commit unless and until you are not coming and forcefully doing a commit operation. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care and see you again in my next lecture.